On December 10th, the FDA overwhelmingly recommended Pfizer's vaccine against COVID-19. The clinical trial was a randomized, double-blind study of a messenger RNA vaccine encoding the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein. There were over 43,000 participants, 16 years and older, that received the vaccine. Participants were followed for a median of 2 months. The vaccine showed some early protection 12 days after the first dose and was observed to be 95% effective 7 days after the second dose. Vaccine recipients had local reactions at the injection site. Other side effects were fever, headache, and myalgias. Most reactions were seen after the second dose and lasted no more than 48 hours. In summary, the 2-dose regimen, 21 days apart, of the Pfizer vaccine was found to be safe and effective against COVID-19. As far as short-term side effects, you can expect short-term discomfort, fatigue, headache, muscle pain, fever, chills, and most commonly pain at the injection site. These last about 24 to 48 hours, and these side effects were most seen in recipients 65 years and younger, meaning that patients 65 years and older did the best with the vaccine with less side effects. The side effects actually are a good sign that your body is making antibodies against the virus. Most likely, the vaccine will be given on a regular basis, similar to the flu vaccine, especially if the vaccine would mutate or change. No interactions with prescription medications were seen in the trials. The vaccine efficacy and side effects were the same regardless of patients' age, sex, or patients' comorbidities. So patients with other medical problems did the same as participants that had no medical problems. The vaccine protection usually occurs 1 to 2 weeks after the second dose, and ongoing trials and research will be needed to find out how long the vaccine will be effective for. We will be getting the Pfizer vaccine that was approved and recommended by the FDA. The vaccine, we believe, is unstable at certain room temperatures and even in regular refrigerators for long periods of time. So the vaccine must be stored at low temperatures. We will be using a distribution company, most likely Walgreens, to distribute the vaccine. The vaccine can be kept in a regular refrigerator for about 5 days. No, your testing status, whether you're positive or negative, has no implication on getting the vaccine. Ideally, in the trials, the second dose was given at day 21. Getting the vaccine after day 21 may affect the efficacy of the vaccine. You will still need to wear a mask if you get the vaccine. We will need a large number of people to receive the vaccine in order to decrease transmission. The vaccine will only protect yourself. It does not protect others that may not have been vaccinated, that may be in contact with you. It is safe to get the vaccine if you've already had the virus or if you do have antibodies. In fact, it is recommended to get the vaccine, even if you've already been infected. It could give you longer and better protection against the disease in the long run. No.
but strongly encouraged because it's going to help us get out eventually out of the situation we're in. So the more people who get it, it's going to help us tremendously, especially here at Telford and at Rockhill. So we do strongly encourage it, but it will not be mandatory.
I will say that I will be first in line, and I know most of the Tri-Valley physicians will be first in line. We are all very excited for the vaccine. I am sure, like most people, initially were very skeptical of how this vaccine could get approved so quickly. However, with all the research that I have done, I am overwhelmingly in favor of the vaccine, even though it seems it was done in warp speed. I assure you, from what research I have done, no steps were skipped. The vaccine had global acceptance and had top scientists around the world working on it with an unlimited budget. So I think that the safety and the efficacy, certainly from the clinical trial, seems overwhelmingly positive.
Why should you get the vaccine? I'll be second in line behind Dr. Moeller or Dan, I don't really know. But, I think you need to get the vaccine, to think about getting the vaccine, because it's going to protect you first and foremost. And ultimately, the more people who are protected, we can hopefully, and people have asked me this over and over, lessen the numbers, more people that get protected, lessen, and kind of squash this thing eventually, not right away, which is why you're going to have to continue wearing masks. It really is a good thing, and I agree with Dr. Moeller. Believe me, I've been looking at the COVID vaccine for a very long time, and no steps were skipped. People have asked me over and over, why did this go so quickly when other vaccines take forever? Other vaccines did not have so many people working on it at the same time and the money to work on it, let's just be honest. They were able to do this, and they did it convincingly, they did it correctly, and I truly do believe it is safe, it's effective, and I find it amazing that we can have something to help the situation that we're in when, thank God that we do.
I think an interesting point that I read about was that if you know anything about vaccine efficacy and ethics in medicine and clinical trials, is it actually would be unethical for them to delay releasing this vaccine because the safety profile was so convincing and the efficacy is so high. To ask participants to be in a placebo arm of a trial would be completely unethical given the life-saving efforts of this vaccine.
There was, I believe, 43,000 people in the trial, and they had a placebo, had the people who actually got the vaccine. They went through all their phases. They finished phase 3. Phase 4 is actually, after the vaccine is given to mass amounts of people. They followed all the rules. They did everything they are supposed to do for a vaccine. 43,000 people is a lot of people, and to find 95% effective rate is pretty amazing. At this time, there just aren't enough studies. We're going to have it here be 18 and over. I'm sure it is safe. I will give you a personal. I had my daughter who is 16 at the pediatrician on Wednesday. I asked her the very same question. She said she thinks this is going to be great for them, but right now there's just not enough studies. So it will be 18 and over here at Telford and Rockhill.
So first, as far as reactions to the vaccine, I would say follow the guidance of if you have anything that's a symptom of low-grade fever, chills, body aches, we want you to stay home. As far as being paid for that time, We will allow you to use your extended sick bank. So the normal rule with that is you have to be out 3 days before you can access that, but you can use that if you are out the day after the vaccine. Yes, as far as side effects, first, what we're being told from the data is that the stronger side effects, or as I like to say, reactions, were after the second dose of the vaccine. So we would expect that a little bit more after the second dose. And we will plan accordingly. We know that Walgreens will be out more than 1 day, so we want to stagger our employees who are getting the vaccine in case there are reactions. So as far as who within the facility would get the vaccine, the information that we forwarded regarding the vaccine allotment was we submitted all employees, our total number of employees. But our thought with how it would be distributed would be that the direct caregivers would be first in line, and we would do it by level of care. So skilled nursing employees, personal care employees, and then down to maintenance, dining services, and all the other departments. So it would be offered first to direct care staff and then to the rest of the departments, but that could all happen on the same day.
I would like to mention with the side effects, those side effects that we mentioned are normal side effects of vaccines. It means your body is doing what it is supposed to do, and that's build up antibodies. It's kick-starting, your body's using all its energy to make the antibodies, and it thinks it's doing what it's supposed to do. If you don't feel well, after a vaccine, that's not a bad thing. It's not fun, but it does not last long, and it does mean that it's working and it's doing what it's supposed to do. This is not a live virus. They're not giving you a live virus. So I can't, express that enough because a lot of people have asked me.
Another question we've had related to the reactions to the vaccine are, how do I know longer term I'm not going to have some type of reaction or effects? And what we do know is that in prior vaccine trials, most of the reactions that they saw in those trials were within the first 2 or 3 months. If you do have questions, feel free to talk to your supervisor, to talk to Human Resources, and let us know what your questions are. We will be posting information on the website. Along with this video, we will be posting frequently asked questions, so you'll be able to get more information on our website as well.